Okay, now we're going to take a look at some pitching, and mainly with Strasburg. You've probably seen a lot in the press about him and how some of the biomechanics people are looking at him, trying to figure out why he's getting injured, why he's having these problems, and so on. Well, in reading all of this, there seems to be a lot of contradictory information. For example, there's one biomechanics person saying, well, the foot should be touching down just as he's into maximum external rotation. Well, see, things like this really don't happen. I don't think I've ever seen a pitcher get into this position in this manner. He has to have a firm base. When that cocking action occurs, you want a solid foundation. So sure, a lot of forces are being generated there, but that's also where your accuracy and everything else is coming into play. See, and I think we should look more at, when we take a look at an injury, as I always maintain, your body should create the force. The arm should direct the ball for accuracy. Arm should not be the main contributor for force. This should be coming from the body. So let's take a look a little bit at Strasburg rather than just listen to me talk. And we're going to take a look at several different views in several different time periods. Here we go. See, he drops down quite a bit. There's really no need for all of this sinking. The key action, you want to stride, you want that hip abduction. And he has a good stride. He has a very, very long stride, which is excellent for him. And this is one of the reasons why he gets that power. See, now look at, not only is he pushing off here from the hip as well as the whole leg extending, really pushing off all the way through with ankle extension, really reaching out. Now his foot is in contact with the ground. We're going to see later on in the side view, this is a very long stride. So with that force of that stride, that's the initial contributor to force. And as he lands, we see that hip rotation, but the shoulders are still staying back. Arm is still back. So we have separation between the hips and the shoulders. Doesn't last too long. Now, kind of the shoulders are catching up to the hips. But if you had a little bit more hip rotation, it could even be better to maintain that separation a little bit longer. Now we see the cocking action beginning. Shoulders coming around. Shoulders are basically now in a front-facing position. Arm is getting cocked. Now it's all the way cocked. Look at that external rotation. So he gets considerable external rotation. So there's a tremendous amount of force on the shoulder, but that should be no problem if you train for it and if you do strength exercises to develop the muscles in this position. There's no problem. We do this all the time, never have any shoulder problems or elbow. But as he's coming through, see the release, see how his arm is straightened out, and he's releasing way out to the side rather than maintaining an elbow bent position and throwing more overhead. So he's slinging it more sideways. And you notice that his hips still have not come around completely to the front. So he starts with the hips, but then he doesn't follow through and continue with the hips. But he does with the shoulders. So this could be contributing to some of his problems, throwing out to the side like this and having that release out to the side. But we'll take a look at other views before we make any final decisions.